Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you for joining me here. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. Happy Friday. We're just taking a quick peek here at Solana. This is my second update for the day. I just want to kind of get you some brief and important information actually, because we're starting to see some algorithmic trading here. And generally speaking, this results in most people's discomfort, specifically in that of your crypto wallet and or exchange balance, because we can see these perfect little candles here working their way up, a little bit of a pump there with Bitcoin and still working its way up. Generally speaking, we see this occur when liquidation ranges are swept and they lead into that. So I think there's a distinct probability we're going to see a little bit further higher here and then a pullback sometime in the next 24 hours. That's just my speculation and or hope. I hope the price goes up to 124, 125 so we can go ahead and short this weekend. But between now and then, I just want to share with you some statistics that are generally unfavorable. Right now, I don't have it on the charts. I'll post a playout chart here shortly, but you got to trust me in this. I look at Bitcoin every single day. I have for years now, and I can tell you that over the last 14 weekends, not this weekend so far, this will be the 15th weekend for the year, we've seen 13 out of 14 strong selling pressure weekends. In other words, it's like a retracement of 3 to 5% from Bitcoin alone on the weekends. The reason why that's relevant for Solana is because Solana is, albeit doing well, contrary to Bitcoin, it's still susceptible to Bitcoin sell-offs. So please recognize that. Okay, so just kind of a preface there to kind of pass on the good knowledge, because some folks always hear what they want to hear. Like, what do you mean Solana's not going the moon? Or they'll watch about 5 seconds of my video and comment below and just totally expose themselves as I'm not even going to say what I think they are. Anyways, conversation for another day. Solana back-end data here, we're looking at 122 to 124 as that last area of liquidation. Majority of the local shorts have been swept, so they have effectively done their job. That's generally how these algorithmic trading works. They're just bots that set a bunch of small limit orders, keep pushing the price action to a desired range, and then they short the hell out of it after that. Okay, so we're probably going to see a sell-off from Solana occur soon, but a lot of it depends on how Bitcoin performs this weekend. With Asian markets opening here shortly, it's really interesting to see if they're going to pump it or dump it. Makes sense for them to take profits considering it's a Friday, but once more, we see that happen on Saturday sometimes too. Having said that though, liquidation delta is still high. So this is a reason why you don't want to short yet, okay? So even though I'm leaning more towards shorting this coin, I'm going to wait until that delta starts to dissipate and or we sweep that upper area liquidation and test that resistance between 126 and roughly 130, okay? So those are things I'm looking for. When we look at open interest here, we can see chunk of open interest at about 110, which reminds me that we saw some nice profit here on our Solana trade. We got in at roughly like 108, 109, if I recall correctly. So we hit 45%, 41% on Bitcoin, and 30% on AVAX. So congrats on that. But the whole point we mentioned that is this is a massive demand zone. Okay, so a lot of demand in the 110 range. It's just half the reason why we took that trade, because there was a retest of the previous high. It's effectively how we do that. So if you saw my video from a couple days ago, you know why I took that trade. Either way you look at it, the daily time frame is still not bullish, folks. Okay, so you can draw all sorts of trend lines and realize that we are not in good shape. Obviously, it depends on how you draw the trend lines out. I like to run them concurrent with moving averages. And if you look here, we got the 20 above the price action, right in the middle of that area of confluence there, that resistance range, and 132 just above. So until we're soundly above 130, this 0.618 fib level here locally, or that local point of control at 126, which once more, this is reinforcing that resistance for us. There's no reason to take a long. You can take a long into it, don't get me wrong, like we did already, but you want to secure profits before it's too late. You don't just, hold on to the moon. I'm sure there's a lot of other idiots out there telling you're going to see $200 to $300 soon from this coin. It's going to take a lot to get there, okay? We're not there yet. Continue to add to your portfolio with your spot bag. It's a different story, but right now, it just doesn't make a ton of sense to take a high leverage position to the metaphorical moon, right? Having said that, the 4-hour time frame does look fantastic. I'll side with anybody on that one. This is good. We're over both moving averages. We're over 50 on the RSI, MACD convergence, stochastic swinging up, money flow index above the RSI. These are all tried and true indications of awesomeness in general, or further continuation. But this algorithmic trading where you have these perfect candles here, it really spells disaster. And you can see it a little easier on the hourly time frame. Look at algorithmic trading to the downside here. As soon as the price pumped, look at perfect little selling. They buy the dip after a Trump tweet, price goes up. Okay, and granted, we bought that dip too. It's just because we know what to look for. And these are things I communicate in my videos, so you know that too. If you want to watch that video from 3 days ago, you'll see the reason why we took that trade. Having said that, though, I want to say that trading weekends right now is just notoriously risky, okay? specifically longs. You can short weekends and probably have a lot more success, but we're at a 93% likelihood of selling pressure, and all these profits from the entire week gone, okay? So there's a solid chance we see a 10 to 12% retracement from Solana sometime this weekend, just based on historical data in the last, I guess more like 3 to 4 months at this point, okay? So that's kind of where you're at there. I just want to make sure you're aware of that. I hope you learned something today. Comment below if you get a chance. Join us over on Twitter, Telegram, Discord if you want to, kind of join up over there. We got some really nice playout charts and more fundamental and technical data coming through here too. But ultimately, if you want to be part of my community, CryptoCash.tech is a site link down below. Check them out or check it out. We'll look forward to working with you. Hope you have a good day though. Thanks so much for your time. Take care out there, folks.